Hello, my name is Rob Richards, owner of Rocky Mountain Sewing and Vacuum here in Colorado, and I am so pleased that you came and joined us again today. Today you'll notice Megan's not with me. She's going to nerd out on the Janome M6 with you guys today, and I think you'll really enjoy this machine. If you watched our first video this week, it was about the FOF Expression 720. I told you that was one of two of my favorite sewing only machines. Well, this is number 2 of my favorite. They're kind of tied for different reasons. So I think you'll really enjoy this machine. Once she's done stealing my thunder, I'll come back and I'll nerd out a little bit about this machine with you. So enjoy, and we'll see you in a little bit.
Welcome back, guys, and today we're talking about Janome. So next to me here, I have the Janome Continental M6, and she's just such a pretty color. But Janome machines are fantastic sewing machines. They also have some good embroidery machines, but we're on sewing week, so we're talking about a sewing only. So the Continental machines are some of the strongest in the market, and they're so smooth and they run like butter, as Rob would say. And one thing that I love about Janome is that they include so many accessories with their machines. So with this guy right here, it does have a beautiful fabric cover that goes over the machine, but all of these presser feet come with the machine. So you've got a bunch of presser feet specifically for free motion quilting, which is awesome because it's got 13 inches of throat space here. And it also has several presser feet for your standard utility sewing. So things like your over edge foot, your zipper foot, a rolled hem foot, and it has 2 1/4-inch feet. On the machine right now, I've actually got one of those 1/4-inch feet, but it is such a powerhouse of a machine. Now, one way to show that to you guys I wanted to do was, if you remember, in week 1, long arm week, we quilted a jelly roll together. So I cut out pieces of that jelly roll because I wasn't kidding. I was thinking about making a little jacket for my niece, and on there I cut out a couple of pieces for that jacket. So it's not going to be anything super heavy because as a parent, I know sometimes fighting your infant to get your heavy coat on isn't the most fun, but I thought it was something cute that could keep her warm. So with this, I'm going to be sewing together 2 quilt sandwiches basically to make these shoulder seams. So I'm just going to do that, and then we'll put sleeves on and all of that, but you guys don't have to be in the weeds for that part. But I wanted to show you how smoothly it goes over these. Now, once I get over there, I'm going to flip it around. But before I even get started, there's a couple of things I want to show you guys up here on the screen. So with Janome's machines, they are organized very well, which I think is really nice. So you've got your straight stitch, your stitch length, your stitch width. I did that backwards. Stitch width, stitch length. And it always tells you what presser foot it recommends. There's a couple of features I always like to toggle on my machines though. Up here, this button is a pivot button. So what it'll do is it'll put the needle down and lift the foot up slightly so you can hover around a little bit easier. I personally love that. Now, a couple steps over to this little triangle doodad, that is one of the coolest things that Janome has. Now, the Continental M6 doesn't include Janome's AccuFeed foot, so it doesn't come in the box. But if you have another Janome machine that has it, or want to pick it up at one of our stores, you can certainly add it to this machine, and it is one of the coolest dual feed systems on the market. It basically is a walking foot that's super quiet. It hooks into a motor on the back of the machine, and then you're able to activate it, and it feeds beautifully through thicker layers. So I love that I can add that later. I also have this little t-shirt icon, which I think is one of the coolest things that Janome does. So this t-shirt icon, when I open it up, I can tell it exactly what I'm planning on sewing. So seaming something that's woven, stretch knit, curve, top stitch, rolled hem, whatever. So there's 3 different pages of options I can do. If I go to quilting, it gives me lots of options for the quilting side of things. So I can tell I'm patchwork piecing and it'll memorize my seams for me. I can tell it if I'm doing free motion quilting or ruler foot, which you have plenty of feet to do that with. If I'm doing applique, whatever you want. And then there's a couple of extra presser feet that don't come with the machine that you can get. One of my favorites is a concealed zipper, for example, and I can select those settings. So for now, what I'm doing right here is I am probably going to want to do an over edge stitch on something that's a little bit heavier. So I'm going to select that, And now you can see that it gives me several different options here. I can ask a question, and that kind of gives me the quick tutorials on the machine, the 2 o'clock in the morning help as I like to refer to it. But right here, if I do this, I can go ahead, you know what, I can't do that because I have my 1/4 inch foot on. Pro tip, don't do that. But I can tell it that I'm patchwork piecing because I basically just want to put these two together for now. When you do over edge, it kind of does a faux serger stitch. But for now, I think I'm just going to seam it because honestly, I think my end goal is I'm actually going to bind all of the inseams so they're not itchy or annoying for the little baby girl. So I'm going to go ahead, get it set up for 1/4 inch, and you can see it's already ready to go for me. I do have a foot control with the machine, or I could just do start stop. And I can go really slow, or I can speed it up really fast. I can stop it, and then look, there's that hover function for me. But you can never go wrong with the scissor button. Scissor buttons are awesome. They actually knot your thread, cut the thread, and pull it to the back. And there we go. We have a perfect little seam for the first seam of this little coat. And I think it's going to be really cute. Now, a couple of you might say that I cut it backwards. I didn't. I did it on purpose. I promise. I thought it would be more funky if the stripes didn't line up absolutely perfectly. But I think it's going to be really cute. Now, the Janome Continental M6 is also one that's been featured with someone named Dr. Rob, Tammy the T-Rex. So in the background, she ended up going for the Continental M8 though. And the M8 is cool because it's got the built-in stitch regulator and so many other things. But what is nice is the M6, you can check it out online and learn all sorts of things about it. You can with the M8, but we can't tell you very much about the M8 unless you come into the stores. So these machines are definitely worth a test drive. They're very fun to get your hands on because man, this thing is a beast. It has a lot of really ease of use features too, such as being able to lift the needle plate with no screws or anything. And then in a couple seconds, it'll suck it right back down for me, which is even cooler. And then it even does have the automatic needle threader. If you're looking for a machine that has lots of throat space right here, a lot of those ease of use features, and it just is a very pretty color, the M6 could be a really good one for you. So thanks for joining me today, and I'll pass it back over to Rob, and we'll see you for the rest of this week.
All right, thank you, Megan. That was awesome. You really made that machine sing like always. So the M6 is special. It has a different motor than any other sewing machine out there. There's a few machines in our lineup that have the word Continental in their model number, and that means that it has a digital motor. And that is just a totally different kind of motor than most sewing machines have. It runs quieter, cooler, it's stronger. It's just a great motor system for that. And I won't get too much into it, but it makes a big difference on this machine. I have sewn through 6, 8, 9 layers of denim with these, and it's like butter. So you'll really enjoy sewing on the M6. It also has that pop-up needle plate, which I think is really important. It's important for maintenance to make sure you keep that whole bobbin case area cleaned out, but it's also important because you do want to switch needle plates for different projects sometimes. And if you've ever had to deal with those hard to take out screws, have you ever had that happen? I'm sure everybody here has had that happen. You don't have to worry about that anymore. We have spectacular, amazing, stupendous quilt show holiday pricing for you on this machine. This is a machine I can ship anywhere in the country, but I can't disclose our phenomenal pricing. So you do have to call one of the stores or call me at this number right here. And I have a discount code that will save you a lot of money. And we ship for free. And in most states, there's no sales tax. So it's a huge savings all the way around. And I think you'll really enjoy this machine. If you're local, come in and see this machine. We have it on the floor, and we can talk to you about it. And also while you're in the store, make sure you register to win a Brother 1850D. It's a sewing and embroidery combo machine worth $1,400. And I'll be giving one of those away at the end of this week. We'll do the drawing and actually probably announce it the following week. So please come in. Time is running out. Once these are over and the stores have closed on that Saturday, we won't be able to take any more names. So come see us and let me know if you have any questions. We'll see you for the next video.